Today we shall discuss the heterotrophic nutrition. Hetero means different. Those livings who depend on others for their food, means they have no capacity to make their food by own as the autotrophs do. So because there is no chlorophyll in that, no chloroplast in that, so the livings cannot make their food by own, they depend on others. Such type of livings are called heterotrophic nutrition. There are three types. There are three types. First one is parasites. Parasitic mode of nutrition. Second, saprophytic mode of nutrition. And third, holozoic mode of nutrition. There are three types. One is parasitic mode of nutrition, second saprophytic, next one holozoic mode. First we shall discuss one by one. Now the first, the parasitic mode of nutrition, in which the such type of mode, the livings take their food from the living host, means they take their foods from the living host. They cannot make their foods, but they take their food from the living one, means the host is living. Such type of mode of nutrition is called parasitic mode of nutrition. Parasites are of two types. One is ectoparasites and second one is parasites. The ectoparasites are those who lives on the surface of body. Who lives on the surface of the body, means on the surface of their host. As for examples, leech, lice, cuscuta, means they are found on the surface of the body, when on the external sites. So they are called ectoparasites, and it is also known as exoparasite. Now the endoparasite, it founds inside the body. It lives inside the body of host, and from there they sucks the food. As for examples, tapeworm, ascaris. So they are found inside the body, so they are endoparasites, and they are found outside of the body, so they are called what? Ectoparasites. Now next one is saprophytic mode of nutrition. In such type of nutrition in which livings take their food from the dead and decaying organic matters. Means they live on dead or decaying hosts. Means they cannot live like parasites on living organisms, but they depend on the dead and decaying matters. Means their hosts are dead and decaying matters. Examples: fungi, bacteria. Means they also cannot make their food by self, but they take their food from the dead and decaying organic matters. So one who depend upon the living host, they are called parasites, and one who depends upon the dead and decaying host, they are called saprophyte. In this way we can separate this both. In this, the fungi and bacteria or mushrooms like that, they all are saprophytes. Now we shall discuss the holozoic mode of nutrition. It is the main mode of nutrition. In such type of nutrition, the livings take solid or semi-solid foods in which the livings take solid and semi-solid foods, and the food undergoes several steps for its utilizations. Means before utilizations, when it is utilized by body, how it is utilized by body. Before that, it undergoes several steps. First one is ingestion. Second one, digestion. Third one, absorptions. Fourth one, assimilations. And fifth one, ingestions. Means the food undergoes the following process. First, ingestions means taking of food. Okay? The livings take their food from the outside. Then it goes on the digestions. Digestions means change of complex food into simple and soluble food. Change of complex food into simple and soluble food, that is called digestions. Next, the digested food is absorbed by the cells, and then it sends to the all other cells, that is assimilation. And finally, the undigested part is ejected out or is excreted out from the body, that is called egestion. So taking of food, digestion, absorption, and assimilations, and finally excretion of the undigested food, that is egestion. In such way, the food undergoes these steps, and such steps will take place in the holozoic mode of nutrition. Now we shall see how the unicellular and multicellular animals use the holozoic mode of nutrition. In first, we shall discuss about unicellular livings. Means the holozoic mode of nutrition in unicellular livings. Examples: amoeba, paramecium, etc. Now we shall discuss these two. You know that amoeba is a unicellular animals. And means this is an amoeba. So amoeba is a unicellular animal. Now when the food particles comes before it, that is food particles. And this is pseudopodia. That's a pseudopodia. Pseudopodia, pseudo means false, pod means leg, means false leg. When it comes before the amoeba, the food particle comes. Now it encircles the food particles. Now it encircles with their pseudopodia the food particles, and then the food particles is underwards and that surrounded by that. And these food particles enter the body and change into, this is the food particles. Now they change into food vacuoles, and this containing food particles, this is nucleus. Now it circulates inside the cytoplasm, and during circulation it digested and absorbed. Means it digested by the enzymes, and the digested parts are absorbed by diffusion in the cytoplasm, and finally the undigested part is eliminated by breaking the pseudopodia. Means the food first come in contact, it is surrounded by the pseudopodia, then it is engulfed, means, and this process is known as phagocytosis. So by the process of phagocytosis, the amoeba takes their food, and when it enters the body, then change into food vacuoles, and this food vacuoles circulates inside the cytoplasm, and by the action of enzymes, it digests and absorbs by the in the cytoplasm by means of diffusion, and finally it is ejected out by breaking pseudopodia, because there is no exact place like mouth or anus for taking or excreting. So from any parts of the pseudopodia it can take, and from any part it can eject. Now we shall see the next example of unicellular, that is paramecium. It is also a unicellular animals. Now how this is the paramecium, you see there, The body is fully covered with cilia. Now, when the food comes before him, uh, by the help of cilia, this is the oral web like mouth. When the food come in contact of the groups or like mouth, the food is injected to the oral groups by cilia. By means of cilia, it is pushed inside the body. And now when the food comes, it here comes to that. Now food particles comes to that, and it surrounded by food vehicles. Now it circulates inside the body. It circulates inside the body, and during the circulation, by means of enzymes, the digestion takes place. Digestion, absorption takes place and absorbs, and the digested part is by means of diffusion scattered in the cytoplasm, and finally undigested parts, here is a structure called anal pore. By means of that, finally it is injected out. So in that, the food is taken by the help of cilia. It enters the body of the parameciums, where all the process like digestion, absorption, assimilation takes place by means of circulation. And such type of circulation of food, such type of circulation of food in the cytoplasm is called cyclosis. Means that is cyclic way. It moves in the cytoplasm, and during the movement, the digested food is absorbed by the cytoplasm, and finally the undigested part is eliminated out by means of anal pore. So we have seen the two examples of the unicellular animals, and next day we shall discuss about the nutrition.